Welcome to Ambitious Tech Mamas, a podcast for moms who are making big moves at work and at home. Here, we keep it real about careers, relationships, and the beautiful, messy balance of motherhood.
This is your space to be authentic, to feel seen, and to remind yourself that grace is just as important as ambition. You are not alone, so let's navigate this journey together.
All right. Well, look at us. We've got some episodes under our belts.
Yes.
I am proud of us. And we've got a new topic this week.
We do. And it's not centered around kids.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we are always talking about our kids, which talks about them being the center of our world. But
Exactly.
I'm excited because I don't think we've touched on this too much throughout the different episodes.
No.
And so we're going to talk about relationships and specifically what that looks like with our spouses.
Yes.
All right. Well, I like it. Before we dive in, though, should we do our glows and grows as we usually do?
We should. You should start because I have to think.
I knew. I was like, okay, do I keep talking to say you should start or should I wait? It's okay. It's okay. I will, you know what? I'm going to go. I will say my glow. I don't think I ever start with a glow, so we're going to do it. My glow, because of the topic, I think is a good one, where my husband and I have been working on a key piece of relationships, which is communication. We're trying to be more intentional with it, where we check in, check out, like at the beginning of the day, end of the day. And I will say it's going well. Like we had a stressful morning, as you usually do when you have two children. And in the past, I think we would just let the stress fester and go, fudge sake, and just get angry about it. Not angry, but at least stressed out. And we both paused and we realized we were getting stressed out. We talked about it for 2 seconds, kissed before we left. And I felt like it was a very healthy way to deal with the stress that comes with life and kids. And so I was proud of us in that moment. So I'm going to use that as a glow.
That's great. You want to do your glow?
Nah, you're just going to keep pushing on to me.
I have mine now, but okay, I'll go.
Go. You do your glow.
My glow is, and we'll talk about this later. So my husband and I are starting our marriage enrichment business called Love Forever 24. And the premise behind it is to really elevate the importance of storytelling. So like how you just mentioned, you had your story, and really to show the couples, it's not just you. We're all, as with anything in life, from relationships to parenthood, you're not alone, and it's not just you. And so for us, we took a really big step in asking for help for our business.
Oh, okay.
And so we hired an event planner.
Oh, okay.
And so that was a glow for us because she's great. She vibes well with us in terms of understanding our personalities. She holds us accountable with even having us with our first event taking place in February. Okay. And so I was proud of us for one, taking that step, knowing that we needed the help in order to elevate the business to where we needed to be. We have our marketing plan in place, so we're really structured and it feels good. So
nice.
That's our glow.
I'm excited for you. And like you said, asking for help, that is a big step. No matter what it is in terms of the topic at hand, that is a big step.
Exactly.
All right. You want to do your grow? You want me to do a grow?
I can do my grow.
All right.
Okay. So grow in the same vein of relationships. I have a husband who is very just chill, you know.
That's accurate. That tracks.
Just a cool person, friends with everyone. And I think I am probably the one person in his life that will get him like, oh my God, this girl, right? So
that's a fun dynamic.
We I forgot what we were doing. But anyway, I was overwhelmed. We were going to see Chris Brown, actually.
Oh, okay.
And the day before we ever have to travel, especially as a family, is something, it just feels like the world just goes upside down. And so he had to go out to a meeting and I was just like panicking, like, okay, what time are you going to be done? We have to pack. She has to get ready for school the next day because it was a Monday at that. It was a Sunday.
Yes, I remember.
But Monday we were flying out. My daughter realized she forgot her homework. She forgot to do her homework, and I was like 9:00 at this point.
Oh, jeez.
And I am like, and I just went, like, where are you? Can you come on? Like, we have things to do. Like, da, da, da. And so he was like really frustrated, like, chill, it's not that deep. And so it took me a day and a half to realize I was wrong. And
a day and a half.
The grow part was needing to give grace, learning to give grace in a relationship. And after we spoke about it, it helped me to see where I could have went about it differently, maybe more communicative about how I was feeling. So I'm feeling overwhelmed. I need help with this, as opposed to just lashing out. And so that was a big growth moment for me. Yeah.
I like it. I like that you reflected. And even though it was a day and a half later, at least it is important that you admit, hey, I could have done that different.
Yes.
Good for you.
Yes. So.
Okay. My grow, I will talk about relationships and stuff like that. I will say just my grow this week is, for whatever reason, I'm waking up at 5 a.m. every single freaking day this week. And I don't know why. My body is like, all right, girl, time to get up. And sometimes I fall back asleep for like 20 minutes and sometimes I don't. And so I've really got to figure out what the world is going on, because 5 a.m. is not a fun time to wake up.
No, I hope my body doesn't betray me like that.
I know. I'm like, what is going on? Now, in fairness, I go to bed at least by 10, so I'm getting the 7 hours.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be up at 5 a.m.
Well, are you going to bed or going to sleep at 10?
No, like last night I was asleep by 10 probably.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. It's just been a long week.
But I don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. So I've got to figure out what's going on there.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to check in on that one.
Yeah, we are. All right. Well, like we said, relationships specifically with our spouse is our topic. So maybe let's do intros, because we met them during the Father's Day episode, but we met them more as dads. And we talked a little bit about them. So tell me about your husband. How long have you been with him? What drew you to him initially? And if you could describe him in a couple words, what would it be? I'm just throwing it out here. I'm just like, I'm surprising you, but you'll be fine.
Yes.
I'll do the same, but you'll be fine.
Okay, so we've been together for 23 years.
Okay.
So how it started is we lived in the same neighborhood, but never knew each other.
Okay.
He would see me. I don't remember seeing him. We would go to the same laundromat back home in New York.
Yeah.
He went to an all-boys school in a city that was one train stop away from my school.
Oh, okay.
We had mutual friends.
Yeah.
But we never knew one another. There's one incident that he remembers. I remember this now. I was with my friend from school, and there was this other guy trying to talk to us, and we was just like, we're not interested in you. But I remember seeing this guy across the train, like laughing at the situation.
Sure.
And that was him.
Oh,
So
okay.
he remembers that situation. And I was like,
Interesting.
wow, that's crazy, right? So our paths kept crossing. We ended up going to the same school. And as freshmen, you have like transition weeks. So it's just a freshman.
Oh, okay.
And so we, for transition week, they had a movie night. The movie Paid in Full. And so we all went to see. As we were leaving, he stopped me and said, don't you live in? And he named the complex I lived in. And I was like, who is this person that know where I live, coming from New York? And so, but he just had like a vibe, and he had on my favorite color, which was blue.
Oh, okay. So that was a thing in terms of what drew you to him in a moment. Okay.
But he just, like I said earlier, he just had this like chill vibe that was just like, oh, okay, I could rock with you. And so the next day we all went to, Six Flags in Jersey.
Oh, that does not surprise me since you love rides.
Yeah, but the school organized it. And so we hung out all day. He was a DJ on campus, so I would call his room and hang up. And he's like, did you call my room? I'm like, nope. But so we had
Just because? Sorry, I don't understand.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know why.
I just had to pause. I was like, wait, was there more to it, or you just did it just because? Because you were like thinking about him?
Yeah.
No,
and I would
yet.
see the flyers all around. And like I said, he always had on blue.
Always. Interesting.
And he had like in his hands, his arms, like you could see his veins popping out. And I was like, he looks strong. I'm telling you, it's just funny now.
I feel like I'm there with you in New York.
And so then we started kicking it. And then he was like, we should be boyfriend and girlfriend. And I'm like, now my mother gave me straight instructions, like, you going to school for school.
Instructions.
And then, then
I could see that too in terms of her telling you that.
Yeah, she was like, we are here for school. I want you to focus.
No, boys.
I'm like, and then here come this guy. And so we've been rocking for 23 years. I always say as a joke, he's still alive and I'm not in jail.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
This relationship stuff is work.
It is.
If I had to sum him up, he's, like I said, he's the sweetest, just a pure heart, great cook. I really appreciate that he cooks because I hate cooking.
Okay.
Great father, very understanding and super smart. You know, like you ask him a question, I'm like, how do you even know this, right? But you know, he super super smart. But that's my homie, truly my best friend, and I feel very blessed to be on this life journey with him.
Oh, yeah, that's sweet.
Yes. So what about you?
So I am also a long timer, meaning we are coming up. I have to look at the date in about a week on our 20th in terms of 20 years together. Not married the whole time, but 20 years together. I will say it's one of those things that's cliche where when you're not looking for somebody, they're right there. I was in a 3-year relationship and I was after that having fun, meaning just like, I mean, we keep it real here. We're transparent. So, you know, hanging out with friends, meeting people, etc. And one of the people I was hanging out with was like, okay, I just have to meet this guy that might rent a room from me. And I remember now he walked into Red Lobster of all places. I know it's very random. Stay with me. And for whatever reason, back then, again, 20 years ago, it's funny because you say your thing was blue. Mine was a guy with rolled up sleeves and a dress shirt and gelled hair. I remember. Really? I know it sounds very weird, but I'm trying to paint a picture for you. And back then, I remember going, "That's my guy." Like when you have that rolled up sleeve shirt with a button up, you know, like fancy-ish kind of looking. And back then, I was like, what? I don't know, American Eagle or something. Yes. And gelled hair. I was like, oh, they do exist. Look at that, man.
That is funny.
It was random. And then we hung out for a couple of weeks, and I did not want a relationship because I had just gotten out of 3 years, and I was like, no, I don't want to do this. But then we went to Dairy Queen. Okay. There are these themes. There are these themes where one night at Dairy Queen, we were eating ice cream, and then he was like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And I was like, yeah, okay. So here we are. Similar to you, life is not easy. Relationships are not easy. We have grown together. We have grown as individuals over the last 20 years. But the things I will say about him is he's the type of guy that you can give him anything under the sun and he will know exactly what to do. Meaning like he can fix any problem. He can figure anything out. He is a girl dad to like through and through in the sense of he is the best father. Our girls love him. He is quiet-ish, which I think balances my non-quiet-ish. I always joke because we have birthdays around the same month and we're both Leos. And I always tell him, like, I'm a Leo through and through. Hear me roar. And he's not. Or he's a closet Leo to a degree. But yeah, he will honestly help anybody on the side of the road, do anything to just help anybody again on this earth. So like you, I feel very fortunate that, geez, it is a roller coaster of 20 years. A lot happens in 20 years, but it's been a good 20 years.
Yes. No, I love that. And it's true. I think he is the coolest. Like I said, my gift to him for his birthday, it was cups that said Mr. Fix It All, because I really think he can fix anything.
Yeah. Like, sometimes your expectations are real high in terms of what you think he can fix.
I'm like, can you rewire this car and make the screen flat? Yes.
Although I will say, once, long time ago, our car was broken down. And it needed a new starter, of all things. And we were in like a campground. Yes, we were camping. We don't have to touch that now. But, because your eyes got big when I said that. Nope. No, we're not going to touch that. I kid you not, this man watched a YouTube video on how to change a car starter. See? And he just went into town, like went to Buc-ee's or whatever the heck sells these things. And then he changed the whole starter.
See?
Never done it before in his life. I was like, all right, look at you.
You are further validating what I feel, that like he can literally fix anything.
Yeah, yes. It's weird. Yeah, it's good to have though.
It is.
I have a long list of things he needs to fix. That's a whole nother story.
Our limit is light bulbs. We can change some light bulbs. After that, you can forget it.
Hey, well at least you got that, because some people don't even have that. So you know. All right, so we know a little bit about our husbands. Because 20 plus years is such a long time. And we talked a little bit about what drew us to them, meaning the blue and the rolled up sleeves. Trust me, I'm sure it was not just those things, but there was more. But how would you describe your relationship as it was then versus now? Because so much happens in those years.
I think it's a good question, but it's not a fair question to us.
Okay.
Because
tell me more.
We were 17 and 18. Mm-hmm. We're now, I'm 40. I'll be 41 next month, but I'm still 40. And he's 42. And
did I miss a birthday?
No, I just didn't. I'll be 41.
41. Oh,
yes.
Okay. I was like, girl, I know I went to your 40th.
I'm not ready to say 41. Most people are like, well, it's just a month away. No, I'm 40.
Okay.
Still.
Okay. Yes. I got you. I was like, what am I missing? Because I know I went to your 40th.
But, we were babies.
Yeah.
We were literally babies, 17, 18. And he always says, I've known you longer than I know myself. Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And I think how the relationship changes that, how I would describe the relationship is that in the beginning it was fun. It was easy. Mm-hmm. It was just, there was no worries. It was just life,
Agreed.
The biggest thing, I'm a time optimist. So I don't really.
Time optimist. Yes. Okay, tell me more.
So, he's on time.
Oh, time that way. Okay, yes. Gotcha. Yeah, you are not. We know.
I like time optimist better.
I have never heard that. Okay.
I just learned it 2 days ago. I was
time
like, I'm
optimist.
I think I have enough time. But our biggest issue was him waiting in front of my dorm so we could go to the cafeteria together. And he's like, I've been here for 30 minutes, waiting for you.
30 minutes is all.
So
I will say you were only like 15 minutes late today.
No, like 6.
Okay, but sitting in my driveway and not actually coming in the door, I'm not counting that in terms of you being on time. But, that's why I was surprised because I had my lunch. I was like, oh, she won't be here for another half hour. So I was surprised.
I'm trying better. That's the optimist
part. No, good for you. Okay, keep going.
But that was our biggest issue. Now it's like life, kids,
life
health,
is a lot.
parents,
Yeah.
It's a lot. Mm-hmm. And so the relationship has definitely evolved because of just life. But I think what we come back to often is that we're friends first. That's my friend.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the foundation for us. It's like, no, I actually like you as a person.
Yeah.
You may get on my nerves. I may get on your nerves. We may not like each other, because we got some issues, but at the core of it, that's my friend.
Yeah.
And that's what sustains. And that's been the consistency.
No, it's fair because you're right. I mean, when we were babies, both of us, when we started dating our people. And back then there were less worries.
Yes.
And so you were allowed to just hang out. You were free from all of the things that are life. And I will say, at least for us over the 20 years, we grew as individuals and we grew as a couple. And so I think that's the interesting piece. And the piece that I will say, at least now, which we're trying to do better at, is there's so many more transactions. I'm going to put that in quotes that you have to go through in life when you're so busy. And so as an example, I'm like, all right, you picking up this kid? I'm picking up this kid. Great. You taking her to gymnastics? I'm taking this kid to swim. Okay, what are we doing for lunch? You taking there are so many transactions, which in a way is just how it is.
Right.
But the piece that we are probably have not worked on the entire 20 years, I will be honest, but are working on more now is how do we still have the connection amongst the transactions?
Right.
It has to be a both. We can't be like, no, we're not going to bring her to school today. You still have to do these things. But how do you focus on also having the connection? Also, after they go to bed, taking time to talk. And yes, we are also friends, but sometimes we got to remind ourselves that. I know that sounds funny because you can get lost in the day-to-day.
You do.
Especially as husband and wife. And that's hard.
That is very hard. I think that's it. We all do. We have to be intentional to set the date night. And granted, that's another transaction.
And you are so good at that. And we're learning from you. We're trying. I love that.
But, too, there's some months it's like, oh, snap, we haven't had time away. Or we haven't done anything, I mean, sometimes it's as simple as just laying down and watching TV. He loves Family Feud. I have to get him on Family Feud, or at least to a taping. That is his show.
That's so fun.
But it may just be like, oh, we're just going to watch this TV show tonight and fall asleep. Or this could be big where we're flying to go see Chris Brown. But it just making sure that we're intentional to spend time. So we started couples therapy when we first met.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. That's fascinating.
So we were in college and
I love that. That's building the foundation right there.
Yeah, we didn't even know what we were doing. Yeah. It wasn't like a conscious decision. I mean, it was conscious, but it was just like, we love to help people. That's the core of who we are. And there was this student who was training to be a therapist. So she needed people. From day one, we were always lockstep. Even now, when you see one, you see the other. And it's funny because our daughter's, one of her godfathers said that at our wedding. Like, when you see one of them, you see the other. Like, to the point, like, Naisha was like my other roommate, you know? But the lady was trying to be a therapist. And so we was like, okay, come on, we'll come and, help you out and talk to you or whatever. And then we both remember her saying, I don't think y'all gonna make it. So
what?
Y'all should break up.
No.
We left.
What was her reason?
We don't even know. It was just like the nerve of you. We trying to help you. We could have been doing something else. And so we left, got something to eat. And it was like, she was funny, right? And then we just, but, like I said, that intentionality, we've learned that from young in the relationship. And yeah, it's hard, but
it is hard.
You got to keep it, you have to be intentional. You got to keep it spicy, I always say, right? So I may send him a picture like, okay, see you tonight, and it's like,
look at you.
Or he'll be like, okay. So he'll, like, on Instagram, right? Because we're being real. It was something I said, like, men are less likely to have a heart attack if they come at least 21 times in a month.
Boy, we went there. Sorry.
So
we went there. Okay.
And so I sent it to him and we were joking about it.
But, that is not what I thought was going to come out of your mouth. But you know what? We keep it real every step of the way. All right. Keep going.
But I sent it to him and so we laughed and joked about it, right? Yeah. But that's it. It's like, it can't be, here's all the things you need to do for school, for the kid.
It can't only be the transactional stuff. No, I hear you. Yeah.
We laughed and joked about that. Even our daughter, like, I'll walk by, he'll smack my butt, and she'll be like, can you stop? Like, can you just... But even showing her, like...
what love looks like.
Exactly. It's can't important. Just be just, mommy and daddy sitting down having a meeting. Mommy and dad, and so, I think that's... I don't know how we got there, but yeah.
No, it's good. Yeah. Thank you for that. Speaking of kids, what changed in your relationship with your husband when you had a kid? I think mamas, it's in our name, Ambitious Tech Mamas. So that's a big part of who we are. We always talk about our kids because they're the center of our world. But things change with your relationship and your significant other when you have a kid. Like, things drastically change. Yes. What'd that look like for you?
Sex.
Okay.
Because it's like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I did
especially when that baby first comes out.
Listen, when the baby, yes. So, but again, too, our therapist is like, you have to have healthy conversations about sex. Like, too, sex, your needs for sex changes from when you're 17 to when you're 40. And so it's just like, when we had our daughter, it was just like, I am tired. Yeah. Down to like, our therapist like, maybe you're having sex in the morning. Maybe it's midday. It doesn't have to always be at night in the bed. Like, have fun with it. And so I think that was probably the biggest thing. I think too, it helped us to appreciate each other a little bit more. Because
you have a kid?
Yeah. He saw what, and still see what I put into our daughter. Yeah. Having a girl and how I'm raising her, self-respect, love yourself, So he'll share, like, I appreciate, and for me, because my father wasn't in the picture fully, my entire life, it was, in and out sometimes, I appreciate him being a present father, even though it's difficult, even though he's like, I don't understand, why is she upset that this ponytail is to the right? I'm like, but he tries to understand and he sits there and he gives advice and I appreciate. So I think too, our appreciation for one another has definitely, grown.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I love that. I will say what changed with kids, there was more stress added to life. I mean, if we're just keeping it real. Yeah. And I'll say more because it's probably fresh in my mind with the second as well. Like with the first kid, we're learning together. We're doing things. We're partnering more, maybe is the piece I will say. The piece I don't think that folks realize is that when you have that second kid with your spouse, you have to divide and conquer more. And that was hard for me because with our first one, we did everything together. We went to all the activities together. We always ate together. And so now, again, my kid's coming up on a year and a half in a couple of months, I'm noticing that we have to spend more time apart, which I don't love. Just from a practicality standpoint, we have to coordinate on who's picking up who's taken to what activity. And so I think that requires us to be even more intentional now, which is why we're having more conversations on, okay, cool. We're going to treat this like a date night. It's not a date night, but we're going to treat it like a date. You know what I mean? Like we're going to treat it like a date night. Because I think, honestly, it got harder, especially with a second child. And we're trying to find our way again on what does that new norm look like when we have to be apart so often? How do we make sure we're more intentional to be together? And then, yes, on the positive, I think we appreciate seeing each other as parents. Like just last night, our oldest 6-year-old goes into her room and she knows, okay, Daddy's hiding somewhere. Where is Daddy hiding? I know he's hiding somewhere. And he hides behind like the littlest doll, but it's only covering his face. I know this is a very weird visual, but it just made her laugh so much for minutes. And I was like, is it really that funny? But okay, we're going to go with it. But like those things in terms of seeing what your partner gives to your children, yes, is a beautiful thing. But like I said, because we're keeping it real, it's also hard. It is. Especially when you have something that drastically changed, like going from 1 to 2, finding that new norm. Boy, that is hard.
And I love what you said before. We started this, our therapist told us, it's called the 20-minute check-in.
Yeah.
And it's like,
we've been doing that at night. I love that.
It's like, how are you feeling?
Yes.
What's on your mind? And it's stuff like, oh, snap, I had no idea that you're really worried about there's no more soap powder. You know, like it could be
this a real topic? No, okay. I was like, oh, interesting.
Or a small thing, but like, it's just good to see a peek into what's in his mind.
And pausing to have the discussion. Yes. I think we make a lot of assumptions in busy, busy days. And I think it's important to not make assumptions no matter how long you've known your partner. You never actually know unless you talk about it.
There you go. That's it. So in that vein, what does compromise look like?
I mean, if I had it my way, he'd just do what I want. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of, semi. But I think with us compromising, and we're trying to be better at it more recently, again, because the second child things just makes it more complex. Compromising is trying to understand what the other person, like the why behind what the other person wants. That's at least for us. And acknowledging when it's not perfect. I will say I try to work out in the mornings. We've talked about that a little bit. And he had to get going with a 6-year-old. And I was running late. He's fine. I'm usually not late, but he's fine. And he was stressed about it. And so this isn't really a compromise, but I think it helped. In that moment, we acknowledged his stress. And that helped to just acknowledge it so we could let it go.
There you go.
I think that was a big piece about semi-compromise. I still was late. I still worked out. But I think there was some sort of acknowledgement on, nope, sorry. I made you rush now to take her out.
Right.
What about you? What's that look like for you?
I don't know. I'm with you. I always tell them, it's like, I'm always right. If everyone in this house just listened to me, we would have.
Deep down inside, I think that says something about you and me because trust, I am the same way, but we got to compromise once in a while.
We do.
Yeah.
I am forcing him because he'll be like, you know what, fine. We're just going to do it your way.
I love how this is starting. How do you compromise? Well, I'm forcing him. Okay, keep going,
He'll usually just be like, fine, we're just gonna do it your way. Like, I don't feel like arguing about this. But then that annoys me because I'm like, I want to know how you feel. And he's like, but when I tell you how I feel,
you're not gonna like it.
Right, you're still gonna disagree. So what is the point of me wasting my breath? So compromise, like you said, is talking about it.
Yeah, agreed. Communication, which is easier said than done sometimes.
It is so much easier said than done. But it's us actually talking about it, especially if it's something serious. It's we sit down, I make the family we're doing a pro and con list.
I like that.
We're going to pray on this.
Yeah.
We're going to, what is it that we want? And then let's write it down, get it out our brains, our minds. And I think I said this before. We have this thing, certain purchases over a certain amount, we sleep on them.
Oh, that's interesting.
We don't make impulse purchases, right? If not,
even on Amazon Prime Day,
it has to be a certain amount. So we
set
an amount threshold.
Like, that's fresh in my mind. So I was going to be sad for you.
$999.99. I'm like, okay, I can do it because it's not hitting the
$1,000 is your limit?
No.
We're unpacking a lot today.
I'm just as an example, but
we'll cover finances at some other point. Anyways, keep going.
But we both know, okay, if it hits that threshold,
yes,
we got to talk about it.
Okay,
and it's the same thing with big decisions. We sit down and we talk about it to make sure we're aligned. And I had to learn that.
I love that. I love that. Even when it seems silly, exactly. I love that because I remember my husband and I were talking about a long time on whether he took a new role at a company he works for now. And I remember him saying, I just need you for 2 seconds. I'm like, okay, for fudge's sake. And I stepped out of a meeting. I go, okay, what? He goes, I'm going to click the button. I just need to make sure you and I are aligned. And in the moment, I'm like, oh my God, we've talked about it. Why are we still doing this? But it's so true to what you said in the sense of just making sure that these big decisions, you are holding hands, lockstep on that every step of the way, even if it seems silly. That's what it reminded me of. I'm like, just click the button, dude.
And even if it doesn't work out, because I swear we live where we live because I compromised. If it were up to...
He wanted to live there.
Yes.
With the animals.
But he saw the long-term vision, which he's right on, right? I'm not as long-term. I'm immediate.
In the moment.
Execute.
Okay.
And so... this is a good example of compromise. Yes, we compromised.
Good job.
Now we're like... we're feeling the hard parts of living out there, the distance and things.
Animals, really, but yes.
That too, because there was a slug yesterday. I was going to kill it. He was like, just kick it or just let's let it live.
I love that we're making life decisions on slugs and spiders, but yes.
I was like, fine, I'll let it live. I just wanted a house. But yes, I think it's that. It's the over communication. And I had to learn that. And he taught me that. He was like, you're just making decisions and you're not even consulting me. I'm like, oh, you know what? You're right. But that's just me. I'm a executor. I need to get things done. And
you have bias for action. You're like
me.
Both of us.
Yes.
Both of us are similar in a lot of ways, if folks cannot tell.
Yes.
Different in others, but similar in many.
Yes. And so he had to listen, I need you to slow down.
Yeah.
Even if it's a quick call, like you said, to hey, even now, I was like, she wants to go to her friend's house. I'm like, hold on, let me text Kwame. And it's not like I'm checking in. He's my parent. It's respect, mutual respect.
That is a great word to bring up in that. Yes.
And that's it.
It doesn't always, even if it seems silly, it's out of respect.
Exactly.
I love that. That's a good point.
And he appreciates it. And, it's a happier night for everybody.
Yeah, look at that. Okay.
Yes.
Well, we covered this a little bit, but not entirely. How do you date your spouse? Because it's important. I mean, we're asking that question for a reason.
Right.
Being together, like we said, for 20 plus years, it is very easy to just get into routines, transactions. Okay, great. Just coexisting. But for a healthy marriage, I genuinely believe you got to date your spouse.
Yeah. And so part of it is taking interest into the things that he likes. Kwame loves the Knicks. The Knicks. Yes. He knows the Knicks schedule better than our daughter's school schedule right now.
Oh, that's funny. Oh,
Knicks, Yankees, sports is his thing and his video games, right? And so I find myself lately, we were watching the Yankees lose the other night. And, I found myself just watching the last 2-3 innings. And I'm like, oh, this is fun. So wait, it's the top of the 8th. That means they got to go to the bottom, right? So I'm asking questions. But I think, one, is taking interest into the things that he likes.
Yeah.
And then us, again, communicating about the things that we like. Because, again, we're finding now, we both love boxing, so it's figuring out what is it that we like, and then going to date nights is alternating.
Yeah.
So like I said, I would plan 1 month, he would plan another month, because I found I was planning everything, and I'm like, this don't feel fun. I like surprises. There's no surprise element in this. And so we alternate, and so I think that's been working well. And then we're getting to do stuff I would have never thought of, but he's thinking of them. And yeah, like I said, it's just the little things sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes we'll take a date at noon and go see a movie. Yeah. Or it's just going out to eat, and just talking. So he likes to talk also, I'm noticing. deep conversations. It could be a topic on why are trees green? And then we will go down a whole path.
Wow.
Researching. And it's just like, oh, that, but
interesting.
That we're learning is causing us to develop, closer bonds.
I like that.
Yeah. How about you?
I will say we want to pick up your every other. That's something we've talked about. But something that we're also talking about is how do we still do things that are new with each other? Mm-hmm. How do we learn stuff that's new? So if anybody has any ideas, do let us know.
Yes.
But again, trying to get out of the routines because so much of our life is that. That's something that we've talked about is what is something new that we can do as a hobby or something neither one of us has ever just done before and do it once. And so I think having that element of discovery together is something that we're trying out to see again. Because if you think back when you dated, everything was new. Everything was new. There's a lot of things that aren't new now. So how can we recreate at least elements of it? So again, if anybody has any ideas on what do the new hobbies look like for couples, I'd love to hear it.
That's a great one. Because he wants to go hiking. I did one hike. I'm not going back on a hike.
I'm not going to lie, and I say this out of love. I do not think you are a hiker.
I was itching. I had to go to the doctor to get creams.
I didn't even know the itching part. Just because you were in the woods?
I think so. My body
or
was
stressed because of the hike.
It could be a mix of everything.
Okay.
Yeah, he wants to I'm like, find a hiking group. I'll drive you, but I'm not going back in the woods. But yeah, we need some new ideas too. So
I love that. Okay. Last question. Maybe two questions because I want to end on a high. But we've talked a lot about just our journey. What has been something that's been challenging in your relationship? Or a challenge, either one.
I think in any relationship is you're bringing two people together who are different together, right? Like I grew up very differently than he did.
Yeah.
I have different, expectations.
Yes.
Than he may in certain things.
Yes.
And so the challenge is really, even in this long in the game, it's still blending, bending, and compromising.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I have had to, I'm very sure about my opinions. I know that they're right, and that's all that I know. And he has lovingly taught me that, no, it's not just black and white. There's always gray in the midst here. Even my daughter teaches me that. And so I think the challenge is still being able to die to self and allow, him to still teach me be receptive to that and not be defensive. Yeah.
I love that. I will say similar, him and I grew up very differently. I mean, Filipino mom, grew up here in the Northwest. He is a Midwest boy. He did not have parents that were married. I did. It's very different. And so it has been hard at times for us to understand where each other are coming from. And so, sometimes I just remember going, I don't understand why this is so hard for you. It's very easy. And which is probably says a lot about me. But I think acknowledging and understanding those differences isn't always easy. And especially when you're with somebody so much through all aspects of your life, the good and the bad, the ugly, etc. It's not always easy to understand where the other person's coming from. And so that's something we continue to work on. Yeah.
No, you're spot on. It's not easy. It's not. But the hope, the blessing is that you're in it together.
Yes.
So you're both committed to doing the work together.
Yes.
Some days you don't feel like doing the work. That's just being real. Then, you go to sleep okay, come on, let's get back on track. And I think that's the good part.
That's what I was going to say is ending on a high. What's your favorite thing about being married?
It's having someone there to do life with. I know through the good and the bad, he's going to be there.
Yeah.
He may be dragging along some days.
He does like to sleep a lot, so,
Yeah, Kwame going to get his rest.
Yeah.
No matter what. But no matter what, I know I have someone I can depend on to have my back and be there. I can call him at any time of the night.
Yeah.
Even if he's sleeping, I'm like, Kwame.
Sir, get up.
Yep, I don't feel well.
I need you.
He's like, all right, what we need? What we gonna, you know what I mean? Yeah. From driving 6 hours, 8, no matter what, he's always there. And I appreciate and love him for that. So, yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I'll say +1. Having somebody that's your safe space that knows you probably better than yourself sometimes, it's a powerful thing. I mean, scary sometimes because they're like, oh, I knew you were going to do that. Yep. But it's a powerful thing. So +1 on all that.
Yeah, I call him before I make, sometimes, especially when I'm on the deep end, it's like, I call him like, okay, listen, and he'll talk me down, like, think about this. I'm like, okay, that was a good point. You just saved someone. But for now, yeah.
That's funny.
He knows me well, so.
All right, well, this or that. Cuddling on the couch or kid-free weekend?
I'm going to say cuddling on the couch. Because we have one kid, to your point, she finds her way in between us either way. Like last night, she just got in the bed, took all the covers, had an attitude when we asked for covers back.
Oh, funny. 3
blankets in the bed, 17 pillows, and it's still like, why are we all fighting for all this stuff? But yeah, we love, the 3 of us watch The Amazing Race. And so that is...
My 6-year-old loving that right now. That's her thing.
We're waiting, like, when is he coming back? And so every Wednesday, like, we're usually cuddling in the bed, all 3 of us. But yeah, because there's no us without her. Like, she's a part of that. Our relationship is better because of her. So... yeah, I mean, I do love my kid-free weekends, but we find ourselves like, man, that's when she was here, or like,
totally. It's hard. It's hard that when you think you want a kid-free weekend, do you really want?
Exactly.
I'm going to take a different approach than you, though, because I also love my children, but they're younger than yours, and so my kids go to bed, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock, so we get the cuddling on the couch almost every night, but we have not had a kid-free weekend since we did our baby moon, which a long time ago. So I'm going to say someday if we could get a kid-free weekend, I'm going to take it because cuddling on the couch, I think, is our norm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. You already touched a little bit on it, but as we mentioned in the past, sometimes we try to plug organizations that are mom-owned companies. So given what we just talked about, you want to plug your own?
Yeah. So Love Forever 24, it is a heart project, a passion project, a purpose project. It's something that my husband and I, we've kind of been running from for a while. Like, this can't be what we're hearing to do, but we are so drawn to just seeing marriages thrive.
Yeah.
We spend our anniversary sometimes going to marriage conferences to learn and grow. If we know a couple that is struggling, we will stop everything, send them some resources, have a conversation. And it started with our friends back home in Jersey. We started this group where we would just talk. And we found that helped all of our marriages. And so we want to take that to a broader scale to help save more marriages because there is something special about having that person there with you.
Yeah.
We also identify that we too need it. We need people in our lives who are couples who understand the struggle.
Yep.
That we can celebrate, laugh, and cry with. And so what we'll be doing is hosting events right now on a quarterly basis leading up to a larger conference. Full-day conference here in Seattle. And so we will continue to keep going with the planning. And once we have dates solidified, we will post it. Buy your tickets. Come support. If you want to be a speaker, you want to sponsor, or you're a vendor, let us know.
I love it. Yeah. I think you already signed Sean and I up for something.
Yes,
Yeah. No, I got that. Okay. Well, thank you all. We've got some good episodes coming up that are lined up, so we hope you continue to listen in. But until then, let's go ahead and roll out.
Yes, so thank you for tuning in as always. Remember, there is no perfect way to do motherhood or marriage.
Ooh, look at that.
Just your way.
And keep showing up, laughing through that chaos. Give yourself grace. You got this, mama.
See ya.